Doesn't matter who you are, what you do, or what kind of dog you have, Flyball is the sport for you. Today we're talking to a friend from Michigan, Kayla. At 550 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway, and details will be at the end of the video, so make sure you guys watch till the end. Kayla, without further ado, let's get right into it. Welcome, Kayla. I'm so glad that you could spend your day with me today. If you could introduce yourself for everyone.
My name is Kayla Daniels. I play with spring-loaded flyball out of Canada. I reside in Allenton, Michigan.
How many dogs do you have, Kayla?
I have two. I have a lab named Emma. We also call her the Chocolate Thunder. And then I have a border collie named Gage.
That's awesome. And how long have you been playing for?
For about 4.5 years now, I think it is. 4.5 or 5 years or something like that.
Awesome. And what do you do for a living?
I have two jobs. I work at a vet clinic kind of as the assistant manager, and then I also ride sale horses.
Wow, that's cool. Now, what got you playing flyball?
So it kind of came from the horse world in a weird, twisted way. Lee and Angie Heighton actually started training with the trainer I was at the time, and they were talking about this dog sport that they do. And I'm a very competitive person, into lots of things. So they were like, oh, come out and try it out. At the time, I just had my really fat lab. And so we decided to go try it out. And I was hooked after that.
That's awesome. Now, was there a dog out there that kind of got you more hooked than anyone else, or was it just something else?
No, like we just showed up at the practice that they were having. It was like 20 minutes from my house or so. And just kind of started from there. I started training my lab, and after some practices of that, they had a tournament coming up, and so we got to run some of Lee and Angie's dogs, my husband and I. He was playing with me at the time.
That's awesome. Now, do you have a most memorable dog that you got to watch?
Most memorable dog to watch? Not necessarily. I'm one of those people that if it's cute, I love watching it. If it's fuzzy, I love watching it. If it's fast, I love watching it. If it's cute and just looks like it enjoys running, I love watching it.
That's awesome.
I definitely don't have a single dog that is like, yes, I love to watch that single dog run because of X, Y, and Z. Like, I love watching all dogs.
That's awesome. All right, so at what age do you usually start your flyball training at?
So with Emma, she was already 2 years old, so we started her when she was already older, because that's when we started the sport. When I got Gage, we started him basically right at 8 weeks. You know, there's lots of foundation things that you can do that aren't actually necessarily going over jumps and doing a box turn. You know, building up little things like playing with a tug and doing little recalls and little basic foundation stuff, I think is so important to do.
For sure. And how long does it typically take to train a flyball dog?
I think every dog is an individual. I don't think there's any rule that says you have to have your dog playing by such and such amount of time. I think every dog needs to be looked at as, okay, where are they at? What can they physically handle? What can they mentally handle? And take it from there. I don't think any dog should ever be rushed, you know, to play before they're ready.
For sure. That's a good way to put it. I like that. How often would your team practice?
Our team practices, well, so since I'm in Michigan, I have a practice here. It's hard for me to go every single weekend to practice with my team. They practice every Sunday, and they do have a small practice that's on Thursdays. I have my own practice in Michigan, and I practice once a week. And then I try to make it to Canada as often as possible. Right now it's not possible at all, which really stinks, but it is what it is. So we actually just got back to practicing last weekend. So we will be practicing. We practice with Quicksilver. So we just have little mini practices. And
That's awesome. So how often would you go to tournaments before all this craziness has happened?
Well, I think we had tournaments usually like once a month, twice a month.
Now, what would be the farthest you've been for flyball?
That'd be for Can-Am in Indy. It was about 5 hours or so. So that was the furthest. Yeah. So we were supposed to go to Belgium this year for the World Championships, but we'll be planning on that for next year. So that will be the farthest I will have traveled.
That's awesome. So is there another place in the world that you'd like to go to, whether it's compete, train, or just watch?
So I'm really excited to go to Europe for the championships. I I think it's really cool seeing Flyball from different places, and I think it's really cool how they'll have so many different teams from all over playing in one spot. So I'm really looking forward to going there. I'm not a huge traveler. I actually just went on a plane for the first time in my life in December.
Wow.
So I'm pretty much a homebody. So even just traveling in general for Flyball, like everybody knows me, I used to always have a traveling buddy to go anywhere, and they would laugh at me having to go an hour by myself. So I'm much braver now traveling by myself to a lot of tournaments, but I like watching on the internet a lot.
That's fair. Now, do you have any outdoor tournaments in your area?
No. During all the shutdown, I practiced in my front yard a little bit. So that was outside, but my Border Collie thought it was just fine, but my lab thought that was fake Flyball, and she would go around the jump, she wouldn't race. So I don't think I see outdoor tournaments in our future anytime soon.
All right, so what would be one of the most important things you learned when you first started playing Flyball?
So I feel like one of the most important things is to not expect instant results. I think that's one thing that a lot of people struggle with when they're new to Flyball. You know, they see the finished product, but there's so much work that takes to get there. So especially like with my lab when we started, it was like, okay, she couldn't even single stride any of the jumps. And so it took a long time for her to get in shape and actually become more of a sport dog instead of a pet. So there was a real big transitioning area of, okay, my dog is going over a jump now and she's running to a tug. And we did that practice after practice after practice. So I think that's the biggest thing, is just to take very small victories and not expect, you know, a dog to be running in a month.
For sure. That's a good way to put it. I like that. Do you prefer starting or passing more?
Oh, that's a tough one. I really like starting. I've always laughed because my husband and I do truck things, and I like drag racing a lot. And so lining up at lights, like I'm really good with my reaction time. But somehow I always find myself having to pass. So I put a lot of pressure on myself on having a good solid pass all the time. So I really enjoy the challenge of that, but I also really enjoy starting. So I wouldn't say there's one I enjoy more than the other.
Fair enough. Now, is there someone that you enjoy racing more than anyone else, a team or maybe just a person?
Well, I haven't raced too many different teams since I run in the same area all the time and haven't been racing that long. But Fur Fun came up to Canada last summer for one of our tournaments, and it was really fun racing them. They were a really fun group to race with.
Now, what exactly do you like about playing Flyball?
Everything. I love that it's as competitive as you want it to be. I love that any dog can play it. I love the team factor in it. So showing horses, I've always been just a single person team, like with your horse, but then with dog sports, like you're relying on so many different people, and I love how complicated or easy it can be.
For sure. Now, what would be one of your earliest memories of Flyball?
Well, I don't have the best memory all the time, as my husband would tell you, but like I remember Emma's first practices of going through, I video everything. So I have very fond memories of her videos of her as a little sack of potatoes, fat lab trying to jump these jumps. But then I also have videos of her first run, and that's special. One thing that really stands out for me as like a cool memory is the first tournament I went to in Canada. It was a 2-ring tournament, and that was my first time ever being to a 2-ring tournament, and it was crazy seeing everything just whirling by and all these super fast dogs and these teams that were just on it. That stood out as a really cool memory for me.
Excellent. Now, do you have another favorite memory, whether it's on or off the racing lanes?
No, I think just each one of my dogs debuting is certainly special. There's so much work that goes into a dog, and so many people that are involved in making that dog successful. So I think that's just really special.
Yeah, for sure. There's lots of behind the scenes when the dog finally gets out to debut. So that's good to see. Now, do you have any other personal goals playing the sport?
No, not necessarily like personal goals. Each year I like to make goals for my dogs. Last year for my lab, it was to run a 4.699 one time because we never thought she'd actually break 5 seconds. And she stomped that into the ground early in the season and then was running more consistent 4.6s, 4.5s. And then at Can-Am, she blew me away and ran a 4.403.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, so it was like crazy. So that was my goal. I don't even know what to set for a goal anymore for her because she just keeps exceeding things. So I think just keeping her fit through this year is going to be my main goal. We work really hard with that. With Gage, speed-wise, I'd really like to put a consistent 4.7 on the board. I don't like always going off line to line times. I like the proof to be on the board. So he's done plenty of 3.8s. He just turned 2 in October, so he's still just getting started. And then I'm really working on perfecting his turn. So my goal is just solid turns and 3.7s for him.
For sure. That's awesome. Now, do you have anyone that you look up to in flyball as a mentor? Maybe it was when you first started or continuing to this day?
So I do. So when I first started, Lee and Angie Heighton were so monumental in getting me started, making sure I had all the right equipment and the right foundations, both when I started with Emma and then with Gage. You know, they were fading out of the sport and getting more into the horse world, and I was fading out of the horse world and fading into the dog sports. So even still now, they, you know, really help me when I need it. And then Kelly Price is also huge for me. So she's our team captain, and she helps me so often, whether I'm at practice every weekend in Canada, or if I'm not able to make it, you know, I send her lots of videos and she helps, and she just is able to keep everything explained out to me and keeps my thought straight, because sometimes I get these wild, crazy ideas and she either has to pull me back or says, let's try this part of it and we'll see how that goes. So she moves me a lot, so that's important.
That's awesome. That's good that you got someone like that, for sure. Now, do you have any hobbies outside of playing flyball?
Probably too many. So flyball is my big one. I still show horses here and there. We show the quarter horse circuit. And then I started bike drawing with Gage this year, so that's been really fun. I enjoy hiking. I do truck pulls, so me and my husband do the truck stuff. So those are like my main hobbies. I also ride dirt bikes, so we like going and trail riding and going up north and stuff like that.
Awesome. So does your husband still play flyball?
No, he's actually really good at it, which is really depressing, but he doesn't like the long weekends. He's such a workaholic that he has to be like working, and he doesn't understand the downtime in between racing. So I got him to go to one tournament last year, I believe it was, but he says he's got better things to do, so we don't really play as a couple anymore.
That's fair. All right, so the last thing I need you to do is challenge someone to do an interview with me. Do you have anyone in mind?
I think Paula Johnson from Zoom would have some really cool thoughts and background to contribute to everything flyball.
Excellent.
For you.
Fair. All right, well, I think that's all the questions I have for you today, Kayla. Thanks again for being here. Thanks again for taking time out of your day to be here and talk with me. It's been great getting to meet you, and hopefully we'll see each other on the racing lanes real soon. Thanks again, Kayla, for doing this. It's been great actually getting to meet you, and hopefully, like I said, we'll see each other real soon. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to get the latest notifications of all the videos that drop. And now, so to help promote the channel, we are doing a giveaway at 550 subscribers. You could win a Pacific Hound collar of your choice, a 32-ounce hog bowl with custom ear silhouette and name of your choice, a Flyball Friends t-shirt, a Boost leather card wallet with your choice from the selection of colors, and a vinyl sticker of your choice of the designs from the merch store. To get an entry, be subscribed to the channel, and for every like and comment in any of the videos gives you an additional entry. You can also earn an entry for one of story share on Instagram per 24 hours, tagging one of the hosts from the giveaway in the story showing that you are subscribed. You can also earn another entry for tagging 3 friends in the host giveaways post. You can also share the channel to your Facebook and use the hashtag FlyBallAndFriends, gives you an additional 5 entries. Once we hit 550 subscribers, we will do a random live draw showing the winner. For any information about the products in the giveaway, there will be links below that you can check out. If you guys would like some more information on Flyball, make sure you check out the links in the description below. Also, make sure you check out the link in the description below for Kayla's team. I've also decided to start Instagram, so I also have my Instagram link down in the description below that you guys can check out as well. But other than that, thanks again, guys, and hopefully we'll see each other real soon. Until next time, see you then.